And my dear friends, let's make it a point every time we start just to acknowledge the presence of God. Wherever you are right now, you please just smile at God, whatever you're going through. And will you please smile around you? If there are people around you, smile at them. Acknowledge their presence. We're still alive. I don't know what you're going through, but hey, our greatest blessing is the fact that we are still alive. So tell one another, happy you're here, happy we're together. And Lord, happy we're still alive. We are with you, and we are with one another. Dear friends, today, the last day of January, and wow, time flies. February, don't forget, don't just count the days, okay? Make the days count. One day at a time. Huwag po tayo nagmamadali, huwag po tayong rewind, forward. Today, now, this is the most important moment of your life. Today is the first day of the rest of our lives. And speaking of life, you know, the gospel today talks about how people were amazed when they listened to Jesus preaching. Amazing. They were astonished. Why? Jesus brought the presence and the love of God with his words. I think that's the reason why they were amazed. I mean, little girl Amanda Gorman, in the inaugural of the President Biden, she was amazing. You know, she was talking from the heart, not just talking from the head, and she made us all feel that she was talking to us. You know, the problem with many of us is parang we're not bringing God many times. We're just bringing ideas or programs, whatever. More than ever, especially this time po, pandemic, people just need to listen to hope, to joy, and the presence of God. I mean, it's not the time really to preach about the creed, about the code, canon law, and all and the cult rubrics. Dear friends, let's bring God, and let's not bring ourselves. Let's not bring our own agenda. Ako po, I'm just happy if I can make one of you smile and realize that God is alive, that God is with us. Amazing. Oh, there's a little story about amazing. This boy was born, and the father was so happy, and sabi niya, anong pangalan kaya ng anak ko? Sabi niya, must be unique. So unique, isip, and said, alam ko na, this child will be named Amazing. Wow, amazing. Why? Fine. Nung lumalaki ng bata, wow. The kids were always joking him, hey, amazing, you're amazing, you know. Tinatawanan siya. And the boy hated that name. Amazing, pambihira in Tagalog, no? You know, he grew up, became a father himself, grew old, and then he said when he was about to die, he gathered the children, mga anak, sabi niya, I have only one request. What's that, Dad? You know, I don't like my name. I want people to forget my name. Amazing. Santos, ang pangalan niya. Will you please do this for me, okay? When I die, don't write anything on the tomb. Walang lapida, ha? Just put date of birth and date of death. And the children said, okay, Dad, opo, sige po. And that's what happened. There it was, the tomb, walang pangalan, no name, just date of birth, date of death. But you know what happened? Every time somebody would pass by the cemetery and would look at the tomb I would say, that's amazing. That's amazing. Pambihira talaga. Pambihira ka talaga. And they never forgot his name. Amazing. Yes, may we experience God more and more as someone who's really amazing. So what happens? What should we do? You know, the problem with many of us is we focus on the load, not on the Lord. God is there, but we are not focused on Him. You know why? You're focused on the load. Problems, sufferings, trials, hirap ng buhay. Dito ka palagi nakafocus eh. Our faith that teaches us, focus on Him. The load is there. It will always be there, but that's not the biggest thing in your life. So don't be glued on that. Focus on the Lord. The problems are real, but the Lord is also real. And that's why many people, they become so, they forget and they miss the presence of God, the joy of the Lord. Kasi, problem. Please, may I remind you, think about this. You who are always focused on problems, real problems, definitely, but you're so problem-oriented. Isipin mo ito, kapatid, kung namatay kang malungkot, di malungkot kang namatay. Yeah. And you blame others for that? Choose the Lord above and over the load. It's interesting, I remember Mama, when we were children, we had a small wheelish surplus Jeep. You know, old and the whole family would fit there. All of us, 5 children, Mama, Papa, driver. Somehow we fit. And I remember Mama telling us always, lalo na pag magbebiyahe kami, para hindi masiraan. I smile now when I remember that. Mama said, magpagaan tayo. Let's try to be light. So, agpalagan tayo. I mean, wow. So we did. We tried not to be heavy. Now, when you look back, there's a lot of wisdom in that. As you travel life's road, learn to be light. Travel light. And don't throw your weight around. Maybe that's what she wanted to tell us. Sana po, hindi tayo nagpapabigat sa ibang tao. I mean, look, life is hard enough. Sana hindi ikaw naging rason that life became harder for them. Let's make a resolution. Don't throw your weight around and, you know, why should you do that? Why do you need to do that? And that's a problem because many times people are focused on their load, material load, and they forget the Lord. Mga kapatid, please remember this. If you're always focused on your money, your achievements, the accolades, the popularity, ay nako, you might end up forgetting the source of those blessings. You're so gifted, baka naman you're forgetting the source of all your gifts. Focus on the Lord, not on the load you have. This is maybe what the Lord is telling us. Look at that unclean spirit. You know, maybe emotionally balanced siya, I don't know, or mayroon talagang spirit na, but the unclean spirit is in each one of us. We are unclean in our thoughts, in our pride. Lahat tayo, we need exorcism from all these things. Para magaan po, that our journey will be light and that we don't end up hurting people. You know, as we come before the Lord today, Let's ask Him, Lord, heal us, cleanse us of anything that is not pure, anything that is dark, that is filled with hatred or anger. We want to travel light. We want to get out of this so we can really focus on the Lord and focus on people on the road. Because many times po, when you're so focused on your problems, you forget that there are people who have bigger problems. You're so focused on your material load, and you forget to share to people who are there waiting for you. So, dear friends, let's keep that in mind. And don't forget, ikaw, if you're so loaded materially, there's a big danger that you end up as a POW. Prisoner of war? Yes, but more of prisoner of wealth. Some people are so imprisoned with their wealth, so they end up with another W, prisoner of worry. Baka mawala yung investment, mawala yung mga, masunog yung mga painting ko. So you multiply it if you become a prisoner of wealth. And some people become prisoner of work. I have to work, I make sure that, yeah. And they make people work so hard. I mean, life is not just work. It is, but definitely not just work. And then, there are people who become, because of that material load, they become prisoner of waste. I cannot imagine how much waste. You know, some people just throw away a lot of things. Food. And people are suffering. Please share. And you know, with many people too, because you have money and all these things, you become a prisoner of weaknesses. Yan na, mga bisyo, because you can afford. See, money really does become the source of all, can become the source of all evil. Ano pa? Prisoner of weight. Hindi lang po yung tumataba. No. But you know, because of money, some people, they have weight issues that, hey, I'm heavier, mas mabigat ako kaysa sa inyo. I can throw my weight around because I'm loaded, you know. See how it corrupts the mind. I have the power, the authority now, so see how it corrupts. Don't make money. Don't allow money to destroy the goodness in your heart. And ito pa, issues about become prisoner of worth. Worth. I'm worth my money. So I'm worth more than those who have no money. Ganon ang equation eh. And you look at people, magkano ba siya? May ganon po eh. And you make sure, parang you have experienced that. There are people who just, it's all the money. That's their worth. Oh my God. Remember, we carry nothing with us when we leave this world except the love we have shared. Somebody nga said, may I remind you, even when God raises your standard of living, you also raise your standard of giving. And another thing, when you're so loaded with money and all that, and you forget to focus on the Lord, you become a prisoner of whys. Eh, bakit ganyan? Bakit ganito sila? Bakit ganyan? You have a lot of complaints because parang you are entitled to complain. My heart cries when I hear poor people who just whatever, anong man naroon dyan, yan na lang. and just grateful that little food. Maybe this is what the Lord is telling all of us again. Travel light and travel right. I cannot forget, we had a pilgrim once, years ago. Well, what was unique about this man was already elderly, 70s, late 70s. He was okay, except that he had a trolley which we always carried with him. And, in the bus, going down the bus, kasama niya palagi. I don't know what's inside that bag. Maybe all his worldly wealth, I presume. But because of that bag, many times he could not join anymore kasi pag may stairs, I will not carry because my bag. So what I'm saying is, the baggage hampered him. Dahil sa bagahe niya, hindi na niya na-focus about the Lord, etc. Because he was so make sure that this thing will not get lost. That was his treasure. Many times I offered, Papa, ako na po magbuhat. No, hindi po. Well, fine. But he slowed down. He slowed down the group because we have to wait for him all the time. I think that's a picture of some of us that because of luggage, material, or even, our emotional baggage, spiritual baggage, parang your travel is hampered. Mabigat ang biyahe mo. So, focus on the Lord, not on the load of problems you have. And focus more on the Lord, not on the load of material things you carry with you. And then, that sets us free. And the unclean spirit is gone. So my dear sisters and brothers, let's ask the Lord to bless us always. Purify us, cleanse us, O God, that we can really follow you and we can really listen to you. Brothers and sisters, life is short. We will face God someday. Sooner or later, we will. I hope the Lord will not tell us, when you were still alive, you were so problem-oriented and you did not see me in all those problems. You should have seen me because I was always with you. Or worse, maybe God will tell you, you know what? I gave you so many blessings, but you forgot me because you were more focused on what you received, on what you have received. You even forgot me, the giver of all that you have. May we have little, may we have no regrets that we forgot the Lord because of our load and because of our material loads. May Mama Mary remind us again how it is like to live a life pleasing to God. Amen.